All right. Hey, what's happening? We are live again. We are actually on location today. We are at our buddy Lumpy's house. And no, that's not on his birth certificate. Is this considered, what is it? Is this Reunion?
Yep.
Reunion, Colorado.
Commerce City.
Is it Commerce City?
Yeah, it's Reunion. Commerce City, Reunion, same thing. Reunion. Everyone knows it's Reunion. Reunion.
It's Reunion, Colorado?
Reunion.
People say Reunion because they're embarrassed to say Commerce City.
That's Commerce City.
But it's not Commerce City like the,
No.
it's not Commerce City like the,
Shithole.
the cockfighting and the mariachi band Commerce City.
No. It's not Mexicali.
Sorry, I asked. What's happening? See, Axl Cones with you one more time, and I am in a raunchy mood because I am in pain 24/7, and I'll get into another reason why I am so ticked off here as we go. But we're going to bring Robert Mateer in here in a few minutes. But as usual, let me go ahead and find out what I found this week. I'm going to try to get this over with as soon as I possibly can. All right, first headline, we're going to go to Denver, Colorado. Danielle Donchette was arrested and charged with child abuse after police found her using plastic zip ties to cuff her 10-year-old daughter's hands behind her back every night for a year so the girl wouldn't eat past her bedtime. The girl went on to tell authorities that her mother used a knife to remove the ties every morning, as she showed police marks on her arms for when the knife cut and poked her. I guess the bright side to this story, at least Mom didn't go the Patsy Ramsey route and do anything too crazy, huh? I can pretty much predict that in a few years, every time daughter looks at a Twinkie after 10 p.m., she'll want to be tied up and ball-gagged like Brittany the Bondage Queen. Headline, Commerce City, Colorado.
Yeah, there we go.
This has got to be the bad part here. Joseph Manzanares, 19, stormed into the Hollywood Video Store. You know where that is around here?
No.
Where his teenage girlfriend worked and threatened to kill her. Joe also knocked over several video displays and a computer monitor. Why did Joe go off the rails? His baby mama, who is black, is a member of the Crips, and Joe, who is Hispanic, is a member of the West Side Ballers. The couple brawled as they couldn't agree on which gang their 4-year-old toddler should join. May I make a suggestion? Social services needs to step in before this kid becomes a total shithead, because these two Mensa members as parents, his future's more fucked than Iggy Azalea around Valentine's Day. Headline, New York, New York. On July 6, 2019, Jeffrey Epstein was arrested at Teterboro Airport in New Jersey on 6 trafficking charges. In case everyone forgot, Epstein was a longtime acquaintance of Prince Andrew and Tom Barrack and attended parties with many prominent people including Bill Clinton, George Stephanopoulos, Donald Trump, Katie Couric, Woody Allen, and Harvey Weinstein. Come to find out, Epstein installed pinhole cameras in numerous places on his properties to allegedly record sexual activity with underage girls by predominant people for criminal purposes such as blackmail. On July 8, 2019, prosecutors with the Federal Corruption Unit in the Southern District of New York charged him with sex trafficking and conspiracy to traffic minors for sex. The grand jury indictment alleges that dozens of underage girls were brought into Epstein's mansions for sexual encounters. Federal officials have identified 36 girls, some as young as 13 years old, whom Epstein had sexually abused. As young as 13. That is 7th grade. That's junior high school. When I was in the 7th grade, girls were more interested in dressing like Madonna and asking their parents for Cabbage Patch Kids for Christmas, not having to work on their gag reflex and take some creeper's old junk down their throat during the happy ending part of the full body massage. Because of shitheads like Jeffrey Epstein, all of a sudden there's become a newfound craze in overprotecting our children. One of the most amusing things about living in our oversensitive culture that we find ourselves in 2020, everywhere I turn, everyone is trying so hard to protect the children. We can't legalize prostitution. Think of the children. We shouldn't let kids play football anymore. It's not safe for the children. Trick-or-treating is too dangerous for the children. Yeah, that's rich. These are the same soapbox hypocrites who have been divorced numerous times as they make the children choose their favorite parent for holiday visitations. They preach protect the children as they drive 60 miles an hour through a school zone while talking on their cell phone, eating sushi rolls, and applying eyeliner like Marilyn Manson on tour. Meanwhile, their kids are rolling around the back seat like empty hooch bottles on the floorboards of Anthony Bourdain's automobile. Yeah, that's right. Tonight I'm targeting all of you bad parents who are setting your children up for failure. Parenting, forgive me, but I have to throw my 2 cents in here. Before I get too deep into this topic, let me preface, I don't have any children that I know of. So me talking about parenting would be like Jay-Z teaching a music appreciation class. So tonight I'm only going to discuss the irritants that I witness on a daily basis. One of the reasons I'm targeting parents tonight, the wife and I were at a pretty nice restaurant for dinner. You know, way back when you could sit in a restaurant without having to mask up and the wait staff wasn't lysoling your buttonhole every 60 seconds like you were a fucking leper with open sores on your face. Ah yes, the good old days. Now since I'm always looking for new material, I couldn't help but stare at the next table over. I sat in stunned silence as I saw Dad with his head down looking at his placemat just waiting to die, Mom talking on her cell phone, Junior playing a video game, and daughter texting so frantically she resembled Adam Schefter with on NFL draft day. Not a word was uttered between the family members for over 30 minutes. Wow, what a warm Leave It to Beaver family bonding moment there, huh? When I was a kid, this texting and video games at the table crap would have never been tolerated. But nowadays, parents are scared shitless to discipline their kids and fear that one tug on Junior's arm will land that parent in several social services courtroom appearances. I've always said that if shitheads like Dylan Klebold and Eric Harris received a belt across their spoiled suburban ass once in a while as they were growing up, then maybe the good kids of today wouldn't be fitted for Kevlar vests as they're registering for the 9th grade. Now, I'm not a child psychologist, so I'll just play one here. Parents, you have to stop focusing on being your kid's best friend and instead start throwing the smack down at the first sign of Junior's screaming temper tantrum. You need to take out a couple of your Demon Seeds baby chiclets when he starts hitting you in public because you didn't stop at the 25-cent gumball machine at the grocery store. Just be sure to make it look like an accident so social services won't camp out on your front lawn like a group of anti-abortion nuts in front of a Planned Parenthood. One disciplinary action I see parents using more and more today is the counting system. Rather than dragging their future juvenile delinquent out of the store by his faux hawk and roller shoes as he sprawled on the floor screaming bloody murder because he didn't get his gummy worms, Mommy goes to the 1, 2, as she heads to the door. Hey dunce, there's a Muppet on television for that, alright? Now get your monster the hell out of my way before I put my foot so far up his little ass he becomes a part of me and I walk with a rug rat peg leg for the rest of my life. And I especially love the timeout concept. You're in trouble, now go to your room, to your video games, flat screen television, and texting device of choice. Yeah, that'll teach them. So what's wrong with parenting today? I personally throw some of the blame at our government. In this country, you actually get rewarded the more kids you have, which is ironic considering our government is constantly whining about how overpopulated we are. So of course we should make it to where the more diapers you change, the bigger the welfare and tax refund checks you get. Who cares if you live by the Pringles motto of once you pop you can't stop, and after 10 kids you're so loose you don't have a taint anymore. Just as long as there's enough cash to support your $15 a day Starbucks and phone upgrades every 6 months, all is right with the world. I was in a Mexican grocery store recently, and don't ask me why because I don't want to relive it. I saw Hispanic families, 4 and 5 kids deep. As soon as the families entered the store, the kids would scatter like roaches when the lights get thrown on them. I saw numerous times where a little kid would pull an item off the shelf and run out the front door into the parking lot as the parents incoherently searched for the perfect habanero chili. The kids would still be in the parking lot if it weren't for the security guard rounding them up like illegals in El Paso. But I guess the parents' logic here is if little Jesus gets grease spotted, that's okay because they can make another before April 15th. I was doing a gig in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where I met a 15-year-old girl who was pushing her kid in a stroller and had another little bun in the oven. I'll go way out on a limb and say that she's too stupid to use a rubber, and she's not going to stop at 2. Next stop was Aurora, Colorado, where I met a teenage girl and her mother. Both were pregnant at the same time. What the fuck kind of Maury Povich episode is this? What's the matter? Was there no baby batter left for Gam Gam to make this a truly disturbing trifecta? I'm guessing this family of hoochies must have had a 3-way with Travis Henry. You remember Travis Henry, don't you? The former NFL running back who has 20 kids by 20 different women in 20 different states? Hey Travis, my man, just a suggestion. You may want to quit dropping more seeds than a Wyoming farmer in the springtime. No wonder this jagoff had to deal blow during the off-season. He's got more mouths to feed than a litter of genetically modified chickens. What's really sad to me is when I drive past empty baseball diamonds, football fields, and basketball courts, as most kids have taken up the Xbox versions of these activities rather than exercising in the fresh chemtrail air. Statistics show that in 2019, child obesity was at the highest levels in recent memory. And here I thought the main goal for parents was to turn loose the next Disney Mouseketeer turned lip-syncing music slut so they could retire early. That's hard to do when you're letting your kids turn into junk food chowing video game drone texting from sunup to sunset fat asses. But it's okay. Take a deep breath, stage mom. It's not too late. You still have time to take your 10-year-old You still have time to take your 10-year-old daughter and lipo-suck the 50 pounds of excess fat, and also be sure to throw in the breast implants, bleach the hair, and don't forget the color contacts. Patsy Ramsey would be proud. As I take a look at parents, I can't help but weep for the future. It keeps me awake at night knowing that kids are blank canvases and shithead parents will inevitably raise shithead children. I was in Wheat Ridge, Colorado when I saw a young couple with an infant. The sleeve-tattooed, more piercings than IQ points father dropped so many F-bombs, I thought I was watching the director's cut of The Sopranos. With my luck, this will be the kid I'll get in 20 years in the old folks' home as he's changing my poop sack and tells me to shut the fuck up before I shank your old ass. But who am I kidding? This little maggot will be in prison on his 18th birthday, and the only light he gets to see is in the yard for an hour a day. I'll never forget the other inbred neck who told me he blows marijuana smoke into his baby's face in order to get the child to sleep. Well, geez, Snoop Dopey Dope, you can team up with Andrea Yates and collaborate on a parenting book for moronic dummies who not only shouldn't reproduce, but should have a bullet blown into your brainstem. I was in Cincinnati, Ohio doing a gig when a woman walking ahead of me with her little trophy child dropped her wallet. Since I knew my karma needed a boost, I picked up the Louis Vuitton and called out, "Excuse me, ma'am," to the bleach blonde, coffee-carrying, yoga pants-wearing soccer mom clone. When she ignored me and told her daughter to hurry up and don't turn around, I walked a little faster to catch up to the females. Once again, I said, "Excuse me, ma'am, did you drop this?" The mother ignored me yet again, but the 9-year-old girl responded with, "Whatever." So I pocketed the cash and the gift cards and threw the credit cards in the trash can along with her family photos and other yuppie junk she was carrying around. I always get a warm fuzzy deep down in my cockles every time I get clowned on by a fucking 9-year-old. I couldn't help wondering where the little dear picked up her rude behavior, but I guess I get 3 guesses and my first 2 don't count. Here's a question maybe someone can help me with. What's the deal with kid leashes? I love how they're in shapes of monkeys, lions, and tigers, but to me the biggest animals are the cocks and bitches who use these contraptions on their children. Just break out the choke chain while you're at it. I got an idea. If your child does something amazing, balance a cookie on their nose. Oh wait, that's dehumanizing, isn't it? Some of you parents are brilliant. You start dehumanizing children before they hit kindergarten. Then you're shocked when you learn that your little one celebrated his 21st birthday by wearing the dog leash in the seedy porn theater basement as Mistress Candace urinates on his clothespin nipples as her high heel is jammed in his balloon knot. And I think I speak for the majority when I say that Michelle Duggar needs to be taken behind the trailer and superglued shut before the fabrics of society gets any worse. As I leave you tonight, let me end this monologue with yet another example why people shouldn't reproduce. Let me share with you what I saw in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I witnessed a girl, if I had to carnival guess her age, I'd say 14, maybe 15. I was guessing she was in prostitute training as she sported the 4-inch Gene Simmons block heels, the braless white wife beater, and a skirt so short I saw more crack than on the streets of Harlem. When she squatted down to pick up the cell phone she dropped, whoa, here kitty, kitty, kitty. I'm guessing every pedophile in the mall that witnessed this fantasized about taking this future porn skank to the Dillard's fitting room to plunge their hog in her poo hole. Now before all of you uptight swine start calling Chris Hansen to report me as the child predator, let me throw a cherry on top, so to speak. Here's an example that if parents actually gave a shit about their children and how their children represented themselves, teen pregnancy wouldn't be more out of control than a Muslim's knuckle hair. And just a quick memo to the mom of this hoochie. After your little angel is found shivering in the back alley, covered in more man frosting than a backed up wedding cake decorator, do not whine to television audiences how this could have happened to your little princess and then the rapists of your sweet girl should be castrated and rot in jail. This should fall on deaf ears. Yeah, like every time Balloon Boy's parents think they have reality show written all over them. That's my take, but then again, what the hell do I know? I'm going to get up and walk around because I am in severe pain here. When I come back, Robert Mateer will join us. I will be right back.
What are you talking about? Leashes on children. I like the backpacks with the leashes.
You do?
Mm-hmm. Keeps them from running off.
Slap him. Get your ass back here.
Oh.
So I used to do to Kimberly. Get your ass over here. Right upside the head.
Anytime now. Anytime.
Well, fuck, we're waiting for your asses.
We're live. We've been live for a couple minutes now.
I'm good.
All right, we are back. And like I said, my back is so jacked up right now. I don't know what I'm doing.
You're doing the Blue River syndrome. That's what you're doing.
Oh my God.
I got some good COVID-19 news.
Oh yeah? What do you got?
All the sporting events.
Yeah, they kicked off.
They can't, no one's going, so those assholes that gas you for like $100, like an opening day at the Rockies, those fuckers aren't making any money right now.
Yeah.
Oh, it makes me feel so good. Fuck you guys.
Does that give you a woody?
Yeah, those motherfucking gouging pricks. Oh, that's great. Hope you fuckers kill your families and then yourselves because you got no money coming in right now. That'd be fucking sweet. I remember like 2 years or 2 or 3 years ago, we went to might have been opening day for the Rockies. I'm not sure. There was a lot really close to Coors Field charging $100 a car. Oh, kill yourself. I hope you fucking kill yourself. That's good news about COVID-19.
Glass half full.
Yeah, I am.
Glass half full.
Hey, they're still getting TV money, so they ain't.
Oh yeah, they're
losing.
getting, the owners aren't going to hurt.
Not the parking lot companies. The individual owned parking lot companies aren't
They're
getting
not getting squat.
TV money from it.
The owners aren't going to be hurting.
No, they're prospering.
The players, they're going to get paid no matter what if they get.
They're all insured.
Yeah.
Trump this week.
Oh, good God. Yeah, dude, he had another week, didn't he?
Oh, this guy. So he said that he was jealous that Fauci has a higher approval rating than him.
Where?
So yeah.
Why he's doing those weekly COVID deals, that's why.
Then he comes out and he says,
Guys,
They're highly thought of, but nobody likes me.
Oh my
He said
God.
he's like, yeah, he has a higher approval rating. I don't know why he has and I don't. And I hired him. I was like, you are so pathetic.
It's he's reaching now. It's just
Fucking 8-year-old, man. It's just
he
what?
is. He is an 8-year-old child.
Oh man, someone that I hired is liked more than me. Well, we can't have that. I'm stunned the fact he still has a job, actually. But
I'm surprised he hasn't gone the Jeffrey Epstein route and hung himself. What?
and he hinted this week about moving back the election.
I saw
He
that.
tweeted that.
Yep.
That tells you right there that his staff is afraid to talk to him because no one's going to step up and say, you can't do that. Only Congress can do that,
Only
which
Congress
they're
can
not
do
going
it.
to do. And then you need an amendment to the Constitution to do that, which they're not going to do. So no, it's not going to be moved back.
And then he was questioned about that, and he has to start whining and bitching and moaning about the mail ballot fraud and all the.
Are you going to launch an effort to try to delay the election, or was that just a trial balloon this morning?
Well, what I want to explain to people, but it doesn't need much explanation. I mean, you look at article after article, New York's mail vote disaster. Tens of thousands of mail ballots have been tossed out in this year's primaries. What will happen in November? It's a mess. This is done by Washington Post. Can you believe it? The Washington Post of all papers. Fake news, but in this case, it's not fake. It's true. This is done by the Wall Street Journal. Here's another one. Vote by mail experiment reveals potential problems within postal voting system ahead in the November election. And you see what's happening with so many different places. They're doing even trial runs. They're a disaster. And I don't want to see an election. You know, so many years I've been watching elections. And they say the projected winner or the winner of the election. I don't want to see that take place in a week after November 3rd or a month or, frankly, with litigation and everything else that can happen, years, or you never even know who won the election. You're sending out hundreds of millions of universal mail-in ballots. Hundreds of millions. Where are they going? Who are they being sent to? It's common sense. You don't have to know anything about politics. And the Democrats know this. The Democrats know this, Steve. So I want an election and a result much more than you. I think we're doing very well. I want to have the result of the election. I don't want to be waiting around for weeks and months and literally, potentially, if you really did it right, years, because you'll never know. These ballots are missing. You saw Patterson, New Jersey. You saw many other instances. There's tremendous litigation on that right now. And that doesn't include absentee. Absentee is different. Absentee, you have to work. And you have to send in for applications. You have to go through a whole procedure. Like, for instance, I'm an absentee voter because I can't be in Florida because I'm in Washington. I'm at the White House. So I'll be an absentee voter. We have a lot of absentee voters, and it works. So we're in favor of absentee, but it's much different than millions of people. In California, they're going to send out tens of millions of voting forms. Well, where are they going to go? You read where postmen are in big trouble now? You read where city councils are in big trouble now. Voter fraud all over the ballots. So, no, I want to be standing, hopefully, hand held high, big victory.
But delaying the election is probably a non-starter. Wouldn't you agree with that?
I just feel I don't want to delay. I want to have the election. But I also don't want to have to wait for 3 months and then find out that the ballots are all missing and the election doesn't mean anything. That's what's going to happen, Steve. That's common sense. And everyone knows it. Smart people know it. Stupid people may not know it. And some people don't want to talk about it, but they know it. And no, we want to have an election where people actually go in and what's your name? My name is so-and-so. Boom, you signed the book like I've been doing for years. It's very, very unfair to our country. If they do this, our country will be a laughingstock all over the world because everyone knows it doesn't work. How many ballots is he sending in California? Is it 28 million or some massive number? Other states are sending out millions and millions of ballots. Well, they've done it. They had experiments. They had news organizations experimenting. And look, read the story in the Washington Post about mail-in voting. It's a disaster. I'm very surprised to see that story, frankly, from them. The story is a disaster. So we're asking for a lot of trouble. And no, do I want to see a date change? No. But I don't want to see a crooked election. This election will be the most rigged election in history.
But think about that. This guy has literally hundreds of people on his staff, and no one pulls him aside and says, "Sir, you can't do that."
Yeah.
I mean,
He has
they're
no
all
concept.
they're all so afraid of him. It's just
Yeah.
wild. No one his whole staff is afraid to stand up to him.
Yeah.
No one, not a person could pull him aside. Not his fucking wife, not one of his kids. We can't do that, Dad. It's impossible for you to do that. Congress isn't going to approve that.
Do you think I was talking to somebody the other day. Do you think he's trying to lose this election on purpose?
No. I think he's trying to stall because he's down by double digits. He's trying to stall it now.
You think so?
Hoping that it all turns around before the election.
Well,
It's
now
not gonna
he's
turn around now.
He's what is he trying to? He's trying to delay USPS deliveries now.
Yeah, well, he's gonna do
The
everything.
post office. He's trying to delay everybody's mail, and
He's gonna do whatever he can.
he's gonna do whatever he possibly can to
But none
to
of it's
delay the
gonna work.
inevitable. I don't think so either.
I mean, mail-in ballots, you get those delivered to your house weeks before the election. So
Yeah.
for him trying to shut down a few post offices isn't going to do anything. All ballots will still get there in time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, they are literally going to have to pick him up and throw him out of the White
Yeah.
House, which is, I can't wait to see
That's
that,
going to be
actually.
fantastic.
It's going to happen now.
It's going to happen
Biden
now.
is absolutely just handing him his ass, and he is just getting annihilated right now.
And Biden is just sitting back. He's just not. He doesn't have to do anything
Yeah.
right now. He's just sitting back, and here's some more rope. Go hang yourself.
Ugh.
Did you see the that quack doctor this week?
Oh, yeah, the video he
Stella,
posted.
was it Stella Emanuel?
Yeah, the
This
video.
is a doctor who said,
Aliens,
I got,
some shit.
She said, doctors make medicine from DNA of aliens. People are having gynecological problems caused by people having sex dreams with demons and witches. Vaccines to protect people from becoming religious. And government is run by reptilians and other aliens.
Well, I'm for the religious thing, personally, but...
The hell she's
So-
sniffing.
So Trump was pressured on this question. He was asked about this, and he did what he did best. And
The woman that you said was a great doctor in that video that you retweeted last night said that masks don't work and there is a cure for COVID-19, both of which health experts say is not true. She's also made videos saying that doctors make medicine using DNA from aliens and that they're trying to create a vaccine to make you immune from becoming religious.
Well, maybe it's the
So-
same, maybe it's not, but I can
They
tell you
retweeted
this.
that.
She was on air along with many other doctors. They were big fans of hydroxychloroquine, and I thought she was very impressive in the sense that from where she came, I don't know which country she comes from, but she said that she's had tremendous success with hundreds of different patients, and I thought her voice was an important voice, but I know nothing about her.
Masks don't work.
Yeah, go
and
ahead, Paul.
last week you said
Go ahead.
masks. Last week, well, real quick. Last
Okay,
week you said
thank you very
masks
much,
was the
everybody.
right
Thank you.
On the COVID relief bill?
and walked out of the
He just said, well,
press
she
room.
was a doctor. She was a doctor.
Oh, you
She had
got
many views than many other doctors.
small hands. You gotta do small
Yeah,
hands
those
when
small
you do
hands.
Did you see the small hands
Yeah.
thing?
I
I
love the
saw
small
that
hands.
and I
I
cracked
love all
up.
the small hands jokes that people make. Like the Family Guy episode from last season when he
Yes.
had really small hands. I mean, it's just,
The mushroom penis jokes and all
Ugh.
that. It's too good.
yeah, I mean,
It's too good.
I enjoy conspiracy theories as much as the next guy, but you gotta draw the line eventually. You know.
Yeah, you gotta say enough is enough. You gotta
Dreams
notice it.
about demons and.
Well, she's a quack. I mean, where did he dig this one out from under?
But he's absolutely just swinging at anything at
Oh,
this
yeah.
point. You know,
He's
he's just been pepper sprayed. Now he's just fucking flailing, swinging at wherever. I mean, he is so cooked right now. Holy crap!
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, and
the economy and the COVID thing is just going to sink
it's gonna stomp him.
Yeah, it's gonna sink him. I don't see how he pulls out of this
Yeah.
unless Biden just craps
Unless
the
he
bed.
unless he just
He
pees
still
all over
runs it.
himself.
Yeah.
He's-
Unless
he
they come out
sniffs
the
somebody's hair.
unless he just goes total creeper.
Unless they release a Biden video of him like shitting on an 8-year-old girl's chest or something. There's no
Still
way in
say he
hell he
wins it
loses
again.
this.
You're
Jesus
saying
Christ.
he's going to get reelected?
Yeah.
There's no way.
I was on that bandwagon.
I was on that.
too.
I said it 8 months
just-
ago. I'm on record as saying it. He's going to win in a landslide.
So much shit is just going wrong.
He's
right now,
he's just
man. It's
he's pissing everybody off,
Yeah,
man.
I
He's
mean-
got those fat loyalists out there that'll vote for him no matter what. But when you do I tell you that Bible stunt, it's more than you think.
Nah, I
Well,
don't think-
Biden just touched somebody else's wife's face, caught
What's she
doing
touch
that, and
with?
she like moved away from him.
Yeah, I mean he's a creeper. Don't get me
Oh,
wrong.
my
but
God,
Disgusting.
He's disgusting.
He's grandpa. He's a loose cannon,
But I think he's the less of two evils.
I think so too.
Which is, I mean, it's not easy for me to
Wait
say.
until he gets in there and all the shit that comes out.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
that's why you're voting for the vice president. Whoever he picks as the vice president.
he said next week. I think he's going
Next week, yeah.
make his selection. I think it's
Kamala Harris, you
yeah,
think?
I think it's going to be her.
That's
A
what
black
I'm-
woman. I mean, you can't go wrong.
can't
you
go
have
wrong.
the black vote. You have the woman vote. So
Yeah.
I'd be
And,
surprised if it's not her.
you've got the liberal vote with him. So I mean,
I'd be surprised if it's not her actually.
yeah, same here.
What else you got?
Trump said he was going to ban TikTok today through executive action.
Because they made fun of him.
Yeah.
Jesus
Well, they
They
jacked
duped
up
him.
that
They
jacked
duped
up that Oklahoma.
They duped him. It's so entertaining.
Yeah.
How do you get duped by a 13-year-old? How stupid are you?
Well,
But yeah, so-
when mentally you're an 8-year-old, it's easy to be.
Yeah.
It's easy to happen. So.
So is this another just one of his distractions that he's just throwing out there, like Obamagate and all this other nonsense?
I'm not gonna lie. I enjoy watching him just flail.
Yeah.
Flail, man. He's just. Holy crap! He's so cooked. And I think he knows it now. We're less than 100 days away from the election.
We're what 95 days away?
He's literally. I think he's losing every state right now. So.
He's losing all 7 swing states.
Oh man, he's
Some by double digits.
That's why. That's the only saving grace is if he loses literally like 48 states, he can't come out and say it's rigged.
Yeah.
Now, if he loses by 45,000 votes or something,
Then you're gonna hear.
but if you know, it's equivalent to like a football team beating another football team like 72-7. I mean, if you lose
if you
48 of the states,
if you get a mud hole stomped in you,
pack
there's
your
no way.
shit and your
Yeah.
retarded fucking kids and your gold digging wife and move on down the road. You know, move back to Palm Beach where the fuck you live. With
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein as a neighbor.
Well, I just
Maxwell's still alive, folks. Who's got
her in the August
3 weeks,
pool?
3 weeks, you're out. You are out.
The August pool is still alive.
Wow.
Yeah, I figure she would have been roadkill by now. But I guess they named Clinton and.
Of course.
But we already knew that. We already knew he was on the island. That documentary they put out on Netflix, that electrician or something said, yeah, he saw him sitting on the porch.
Yeah.
Come on, Grisabelda, whatever the fuck your name is. Keep mentioning names.
I guarantee.
Spew 'em all.
I guarantee Trump's got.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
got a 13-year-old pussy juice all over his dick.
Oh, yeah.
Guarantee you.
Absolutely.
Fucking guarantee you.
Yeah,
So.
I guarantee it also.
What else you got, sweetheart?
I guess 13-year-old pussy juice
Yeah.
was the line that that's our bar that we were setting for tonight.
I want to thank my baby for buying this shirt for me. Thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Tool, is that your favorite band of all time?
Yes, yes, it is. That's why I have a Tool tattoo.
Tool for a tool.
He's got it permanent on his body.
Yeah, that means they're the winners, folks.
I don't know if I could pinpoint my favorite band of all time.
I'd like to get a Maynard tattoo. A Maynard tattoo, a Dee Snider tattoo would be cool.
I met Dee Snider, did I tell you that?
Yeah, I wish I would have met him.
He was not very, he was grumpy.
I don't blame him.
What is this?
A Slash tattoo, that'd be cool.
Slash was fantastic. Remember when we met Slash?
Yeah.
He's great.
He is a good dude.
He's hot.
Here's a story for you about Slash. When we met Slash, this was what, 90?
You met him a different time than I did. I met him in 92.
We met him together too.
I don't think so. I never saw
Yeah.
him. Like, you got the poster autograph, I didn't, so.
But you also gave him that shirt. He wanted your T-shirt.
Yeah.
And that was the same shirt. If you watch Howard Stern's Private Parts, the movie, when you see Slash at the beginning, that shirt that he's wearing is the one you gave him.
Yeah. It's just like it's like a half a second. You have to
Yeah,
freeze
you
it.
gotta
just right.
freeze frame it, but
I'm
it's
so famous now.
it's a
6 degrees. That's Kevin Bacon.
but yeah. So that's I think that's really cool.
That's great. That's the best story I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I met Slash a couple times, and he was a great dude. God, he was a great dude. Anyway, back to where we were here. Sorry, I'm just not with it tonight. I am in so much pain. Let's see. This just broke yesterday. The Trump campaign accused of money laundering.
What?
$170 million to Trump's businesses and families. Brad Parscale, his old campaign manager, they're funneling this money through Parscale, and now he's divvying it up between the Trump family members and
he's
miscellaneous businesses.
He's already been found guilty of stealing from his own charity. So does that?
Yeah,
it
doesn't
surprise you? Let me see your surprised face.
But let me ask. So if you contribute, let's say you contribute $1,000 to Trump's fund to his campaign, and 150 of that goes towards the ads, and the rest of it goes towards the family and this other nonsense. Are you okay with that? I would be flaming pissed.
Unless you hold his feet to the fire, then, what are we going to do about it?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it's amazing how many laws this guy breaks. Can you imagine if Obama did any of this shit?
Oh my God, any of them.
Holy fuck.
Bush, Clinton, Obama. Can you imagine?
Can you imagine if they found out Obama was stealing from his charities?
He
He'd be in
would
prison
never
right
do
now.
That, though.
He'd be in fucking prison right now. What? Who?
Obama would never do
Well, of course not. He's
no.
He's not a con artist. Carnival barker. Of course he wouldn't do that. But this guy is such. God damn it, man. I hope he gets absolutely annihilated. I hope he loses literally every single state.
Yeah.
I want to see a big zero next to his name.
But I'm
of delegates when it's all said and done.
But I'm telling you.
Electoral votes.
What's that?
Any more wine left?
Yeah, no shit, because there's a lot of shit that's getting deep in there.
What else you want? What else?
Just
I want to drive home drunk. That's why I'm asking.
Sweet.
Just
Run over a family of 4. That'd be sweet.
Just wait for
Trump
the
supporters.
Yeah, hopefully. Trump pens hats.
Let's see what else
Or
I
bad
got.
parents.
Let's see what else I got. I posted this on Facebook earlier. Did you see this? Trump told the story again this week how he was booed at a 2015 Robin Hood Foundation charity event. He was booed at this event. So they went in and they did some research and they found out he wasn't even at this place.
Why would he lie about that?
He's senile. He's crazy.
Okay.
You got to read Mary Trump's book. It explains so much.
She sold millions and it's the bestseller right now.
You already read it?
Yeah.
I thought you were like 75th in line.
I thought you were too.
No, I ended up buying it.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you bought the hard copy?
I was gonna. No, audio. I didn't want to.
Oh,
read.
audio.
Nice.
Oh, what nuggets are in there? You didn't tell me that.
Yeah.
What do we not know?
Lately.
Tell us something we don't know about the guy already.
Nothing. I mean, troubled and narcissistic, and
I'm sure his dad was an asshole. That doesn't justify you being an asshole. Yeah. It's like saying, well, my dad was a pedophile, so therefore I'm not to fuck children. That's not the way it goes, but.
Yeah, the dad was pretty bad, and
Yeah.
the mom had no balls, and so he has no respect for women.
Well, you duh.
And it was because of, and his dad was a philanderer, and it was a shit show.
Yeah.
I mean, he was made by his parents, so this is a good topic.
Yeah. Well,
He's a
I've
product-
said
you're a product
shithead parents raise shithead kids.
And
You're a
that's
product-
exactly what
of-
happened.
You're a product of your parents. You're a blank
Yeah, of
checkboard.
course you are.
You're a blank chalkboard until these two assholes get a hold of you.
That's exactly right. But we'll get into that here in a second. I got a couple more things I want to bring up. Did you see the McDonald's CEO said workers can actually call the police on customers who won't wear masks now?
Really?
Don't wear
Cops
masks?
got nothing else
Yeah.
better to do. They have to give me a $200 speeding ticket. They don't have time to check on people who are or are not wearing masks.
So you're poisoning people with this shit food, but yet the health risk is the people not wearing the masks. Okay, whatever.
Let's not arrest the franchise owner of the McDonald's for clogging up our arteries. Let's just arrest the person not wearing a mask.
Yeah.
And they're also making companies, whether it's a restaurant or a bank or whatever, to enforce wearing masks. And so those workers are having to deal with those altercations to make sure that it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That they're making people in these companies
Making them police people.
Making them police.
Yeah.
And then, so then they're putting their own life on the line because you have irate people that don't agree with this. Like, we are now becoming police and then it's ridiculous.
Social Republic of the United States.
We deal with this on a daily basis with angry people and differencing of opinion, and now we're having to police.
Yeah.
We can't call the police to say, hey, they're in here and they are not wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. What a waste of resources.
It's terrible.
See that Herman Cain died?
I saw that.
And he was at the Trump rally in Oklahoma not wearing a mask. They're saying he might have contracted it.
Isn't that wild?
There. The irony is just delicious. I mean,
And Trump won't answer that question either.
Oh,
He's been asked about that numerous times, and he's like,
famous last words. The irony is just makes my pee-pee hard.
Not flat? Irony.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You're so silly. Your grandma jokes over here.
Only one comedian in our household at one time, please.
Jeez.
Did you see Ellen DeGeneres' crew came out this week and said that she is they work in racism, fear, and intimidation?
Who does?
Ellen DeGeneres' crew?
They work in fear.
She's being sued.
She's being an asshole to all of our employees.
I heard she's an asshole.
She's not allowed to talk to her employees. Employees are not allowed to talk to her.
I heard she's an
Talk
asshole.
to her, look at her.
Yeah.
Don't talk to the
Doesn't surprise
guests. Their class action lawsuit against her right now.
Isn't that crazy?
me. Good.
And the news station, whoever the TV station.
And she just got whacked off, right? Didn't she just get fired from her gig?
Ellen DeGeneres got fired?
Yeah.
Her show isn't anymore?
She got
Really?
canceled.
She's got canceled.
I thought she had amazing
No
ratings.
shit.
She's been working from her home,
Oh.
but it's been canceled.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
That's huge.
There's like over a dozen employees.
Yeah. That have
current
come out and said
employees
that
who
she
have
she-
I
signed
did not hear
a
that.
non-disclosure
Wow.
agreement. Now they don't care if they get sued. They're suing her as well as the TV station.
So they
that
got
carried
class
her.
action.
She's dropping racial bombs on her staff. She's intimidating her staff. She's basically working them to. Can you imagine that?
I've heard.
They're not getting paid.
They're not getting paid.
I
I mean,
heard
can you
years ago. I
imagine?
heard years ago that she's an asshole, but
Wow.
that's a huge show. I like
Yeah.
her show is nothing more than an infomercial anyway with
Oh,
commercials, but
It's
wow,
a white Oprah is all it is.
Well, I'm saying all she would do is just she'd pitch shit. Is all her show was pitching shit constantly.
Yeah.
So
And then
fucking awful.
she's on a game show or something
Yeah.
too, right? That
And
was.
she
cancel
made
that
those
too?
people
She had her own
also
game
cry on the game show.
Jesus
she would stress
Christ.
them out, yell
What
at them, and
fucking bitch.
tell them not to look at
and
her.
her wife is
don't
fucking
talk to
hot,
her.
of course.
Yeah, so very abusive.
Portia
I
de
guess.
Rossi, I'd let all you guys shit in a wheelbarrow and I'd eat it with a fucking KFC spork to have an hour with her. Oh. Yeah, I've heard stories that she's a cunt. It doesn't surprise me. Yeah, next. Oh,
Wow. Okay.
why would you
I
say-
actually liked her. I thought she was.
I liked her too.
Let's name the 5 celebrities in the world that aren't fucking bitches and cunts. Be
I
faster.
really liked her. Yeah.
I liked her
Surprised
too.
me.
I thought she was very talented. I thought her comedy was great. But
I was
wow,
surprised to hear that.
I was really shocked to hear that.
She's the what's his name? The Tonight Show.
Johnny Carson,
No,
Kimmel.
the new
Jay
guy.
Leno.
Fallon.
Oh, Jimmy Fallon?
She's a female Jimmy Fallon. She's extremely vanilla and just.
But he doesn't call his staff racial
no, but I'm
bombs.
saying the show, the content.
Oh,
is just
well,
so
yeah.
vanilla and just so.
He doesn't want to
His
piss
show
anybody off.
sucks balls.
He doesn't want
Yeah,
to piss
it's
anybody
Well,
off.
Fallon's also known to be, I guess, somewhat abusive to his staff.
Oh yeah.
There's been rumors about it, and also that he drinks too much.
Oh
I guess
yeah.
on the show.
Oh god. So he'll be the next one they'll squeeze out of the tube.
I don't care. Next.
We're gonna talk more about this next week because I'm still watching. Attorney General Bill Barr testified before the Judicial Committee this week. Did you see that?
Yeah, they asked him and they asked.
My God, he got absolutely just crucified. The Democrats just absolutely curb stomped
they
this
asked
prick.
which call Pompeo. They asked him and Pompeo about the whole election thing because Trump mentioned pushing back the election. They asked both those guys if it can be done. They're like, we don't know if they can push back the election or
I
not.
never researched that at all.
Pompeo's fourth in line to become president, and he doesn't know. He doesn't know the answer to that,
Right.
which blows me away.
Yeah. How do you not know
Now,
that?
I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, the shiniest rock on the beach, the brightest bulb on the strip, but I'm not also fourth in line to become fucking president. I mean, you should probably know this shit when you're
Oh, they know.
When you're 3 bullets away from running the country.
They know. They know.
Jesus Christ.
Who is third? Is it Pelosi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to know this stuff. I know this stuff, and I'm sitting in a living room in Commerce City.
In extreme pain.
Reunion.
In extreme pain. Reunion, yeah. In
all
Reunion,
hopped
Commerce
up on
City.
fucking pain medication. Because he can't take a back injury like a pussy. Oh yeah, what else you got?
Stab you on the butthole. Another reason why I'm so cranky today, and if you saw my Facebook page, you'll know this. I got a quick little message for whoever hit my car and ran while I was at work. We just actually got a call from the police about 5 minutes before we went live tonight.
One of you 6 people that happen to be watching, if you're the one of the people that hit this car, you're gonna get it. Oh, your life is over.
I just hope that I just hope that the message gets around because everybody knows everybody in
Kiss your
Black
wife and
Hawk.
children, motherfucker.
But yeah, so some piece of shit in a bought bus hit my truck and ran.
An old bus.
An old bus, he said. Yeah. So
Old, short white bus.
Short white bus, yeah. So and I guess it was a guy because the officer who just called told us. But you better pray the police get to you before I do.
White bus.
Short white bus, yeah. Wonder if he had a helmet on too.
He's probably drunk.
Oh yeah, he's probably drunk or old or.
Probably that was probably the 4th casino that night that he hit. That he's going to or something. He's probably blitzed on free drinks.
But
No, nobody gets drunk up there.
No.
In Black Hawk, yeah, that's God forbid.
We're at a poker table a few months ago, and you were the place that you were dealing at, and they had a couple sitting on chair 1 and chair 10, and all they do literally every 20 minutes, get up, go to the bar, get 2 drinks, bring them back. 20 minutes, skip, go to the bar, get 2 drinks, bring them back.
They got 2 drinks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One for each.
Yeah. I mean, it's
my
just,
God.
it's simple. You buy onto a freaking, a 4-8 table, and then you just sit there and just drink and
Drink
get
for
just
free
fucking,
all night.
Then
just
they'll
get
give you a free
hammered.
room, right? If they don't have, all the rooms aren't taken.
Yeah.
After 5 hours of play.
Yes, I mean, shit. How sweet is that, right? That's a cheap way to get drunk.
Cheap night out.
Yeah. Fuck. Okay, what else you got?
That's it. You want to talk about the topic of the night?
Sure.
So, children, I know none of us have any children here except for you. You got a daughter.
None that we know of.
Yeah, none that I know of. I almost got roped into one.
None that I know of.
Yeah.
I flushed a few, but other than that.
You got a few in a sock at home?
Come on, keep pushing that.
You leave any in any dumpsters, any at prom night or something?
Prom night.
I claimed some stepchildren.
Yeah, you claimed some stepchildren. I almost got roped into, remember that whole ordeal?
Yeah. I like when she swallows my children. Yeah.
Oh boy.
But anyway, as we were saying earlier,
Yeah, parents.
You need to clean up on all 4.
Parenting. The one thing that intrigues me, everyone thinks they're parent of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter how. I've never once heard a person say, you know what, I'm an awful parent.
my kid is a shithead.
Yeah. I'm an awful parent, and I
Yeah.
probably should kill myself. Kill my kid first, and then kill myself. I've never ever heard anyone say
We
that.
got a lot of murder-suicide talk tonight. Good Lord.
I think 2 people have told me in my lifetime that they wish they didn't have children, that they regretted it. But I've never heard a person say, I am an awful parent.
Yeah.
I've never heard anyone say, oh, I wish I would have had children.
What?
I wish I would have had children.
So she's the opposite. She's saying
Yeah.
nobody's ever said, I wish I would have had children.
Yeah.
I'm glad I don't have kids. I'm glad we don't have kids.
Yeah,
I mean,
it looks like a shit show to me.
I think so.
You can't eat warm meals. You don't get any sleep. You know.
But I do
Yeah,
want.
cleaning someone else's ass to me doesn't sound like much fun.
I can't do it. I would gag.
Ugh.
I couldn't do it. I have a trouble with my dog.
Yeah, and then they turn like 16 and tell you to go fuck yourself because you don't give them the keys to the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just sounds just from beginning to end awful, but
Selfish.
Huh?
Yeah.
Selfish? No,
That's not selfish.
it's not selfish.
I think
It's
that
just-
you can save your energy for other people's kids.
And then once those kids, once you're done with them, then you can ship them back off to mom and dad and say, okay.
And so many people in this country are just awful parents.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd probably say majority of the country are just awful parents.
Agreed.
What do you say about the people on the side of the road begging?
Oh, I was gonna. That's one of the things I wanted to talk to you about. I think if you're a panhandler and you have your kids with you,
Standing in the sun.
those kids need to be taken away.
If your pet
Hell
with you,
yeah.
your pet should be taken away.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I said pet.
Ooh, yeah. You're not allowed to say pet anymore. You dick.
Fur
That's-
babies.
Your fur face.
Your
What?
Your
you
four-legged
can't say that
significant
anymore.
other.
You can't.
Oh,
call
you
a
missed it
dog-
last week.
Your four-legged significant other.
You can't
PETA.
call your pet.
Pet anymore.
A pet
pet.
anymore.
Why not?
PETA's having a stroke.
Who is?
PETA.
Who's
I
that?
talked to
People for ethical treatment.
people eating tasty animals.
Fuck them. Who gives
But
a-
yeah, if you're a panhandler and you have your kids with you, those kids get taken away from you. Period. End of story. I don't want to hear any. There's no discussion.
It's so disgraceful. It's so demeaning.
Yes,
It's-
that's absolutely right.
They're out in the sun.
And what are those kids going to do when they grow up? They're going to be so screwed in the head.
Hopefully kill
There's no debate. And I don't want anybody telling me that, oh no, they're just doing what they have to do. No.
Just try
If you're panhandling, those kids get taken away from you.
There was a
Simple.
mom that panhandled at the movie theater in Colorado Springs. It was a school night, cold outside. It was windy. It was like end of February, beginning of March. Out there soliciting. They were out there for at least 3.5 hours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How bad do you want the $6?
It was sad.
Yeah, there's no excuse for it. You can't convince me otherwise.
How bad
And
do you
especially
want
an entire family that's standing
Yeah.
out there is like one parent go put them in the shade. You have
Well, one
them
parent
out
go
on
to work.
Go
display.
get a job.
Go work.
Yeah,
That's
there's one. They're
bad
in
you
the
want some
sun
food?
and they're uncomfortable and it's shameful.
They don't care.
They don't care.
They want that.
They want the easy way out.
They want the sympathy.
That's right.
Send your kids into the big lots. Come on into my car here real quick. We'll see how bad you want some food to feed those children.
We're all
we're-
shaking our head. On
We're gonna visit the
camera.
ATM, and there's no money we're gonna be withdrawn.
At least you won't be hungry. Let's put it that way.
Ow. I can't. That hurts me when I laugh.
Yeah, helicopter parents, and now there's like the what's it called, snow plow parents or plow parents. You
What
heard
is that?
saying?
I haven't heard that time.
They're like worse
I've
than-
heard helicopter, but I haven't heard the other
They're
one.
worse than helicopter parents.
Oh,
they're,
no.
They're like the ones that get in the fights at the junior baseball games.
Yeah.
And, you know, they
Karens.
Just, yeah. They
Karens.
just smother their children. You know.
Well, that's what I brought up at the very beginning of the monologue. You know, they're overprotecting now.
Yeah. That's I guarantee a lot of these school shooters are have helicopter parents.
Yeah. Well, a lot of these.
One extreme or the other. Either they're helicopter parents or they're parents that don't give a fuck at
They've
all.
elected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's one or
Yeah.
the other. You know.
And a lot of these school shootings are all from these suburban kids. You don't ever hear any inner city shootings at all. It's all in the suburbs.
But it's either helicopter parents that don't ever say no to the kid, or it's parents
Yeah.
that say, "I don't give a fuck
Right in
what
that
you do."
crack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
after 6 years old, they
Yeah.
stop being parents.
Yeah. The novelty of having you as a kid is worn off. So
Yeah.
my friends aren't giving me attention anymore. So
Yeah, that's right.
go shooting away. Entitled American children, which I can't stand.
A lot of those out there too.
Yeah, a lot of them, even like the middle class kids and stuff, are entitled little assholes. You know,
Yeah.
you have third world country kids that are shitting in each other's hands and eating it, and you have these assholes that bitch because their cell phones are, I don't know. But I just have kids dress up and keeping. A lot of people have kids. A lot of people have kids.
Forget what you wrote in your notes.
A lot of people just have children because it's like a miniature version of them. So they like dressing them up.
Trophies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Trophies.
Like, yeah,
I every time we go out, I always make
They're
that
mini
joke.
me's.
yeah, they're mini-me's.
They're trophies.
Yeah, they're just something to dress up. It's funner than a doll. It's an actual human.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was on a plane. This was a few years ago. I was on my way to L.A., I think, and the yuppie parents that were on the plane, they rather than sitting with their child, they took their kid, and of course they've got the pigtails, the whole thing. They're walking up and down the aisle, waiting for somebody to say, "Oh, how cute!
Is that your baby?
Well, how darling!"
So precious.
Just screaming for attention. I'm like, "Oh my God, I
Oh, what I wouldn't give.
it was unbearable,
Fucking Christ.
unbearable."
You mentioned leashes.
Yeah, Joy says you don't mind leashes.
Mm-mm.
I don't
No.
mind it if you wrap it around their fucking throat.
No. It keeps them from having to dart out in the crowded places where you can lose them easily. So
Yeah,
it's worth a little bit of a leash time and not lose your child.
yeah.
Or you could just tell them, if you leave my fucking side, if you
Like
Yeah,
my,
they're
like
so
my, like
sincere.
our parents did to us.
I'm gonna blister your ass.
And if you go and spank your child anywhere in public, you will.
Oh, you're done.
Things have
Called
changed.
in.
Our
Things
mom,
are
our
changed.
mom, our mom
wouldn't
had a
care.
horse whip, and she beat
Oh, yeah.
our asses
Yeah,
with it.
well,
Yeah.
so did we, but that doesn't fly anymore.
Doesn't fly anymore.
That's why.
I remember we were in a restaurant. I think I told this story before. We were in a restaurant, and I was being a little shit, and my mom was talking. She was over here. She was talking to somebody, and I was sitting where you are, and I said something. I interrupted a conversation or something, and she just went, BAM! Right in my mouth. Kept talking. I'm bleeding and crying, and she's like, "Oh, fuck him. Don't mind him. He's a shithead." But yeah, that you can't do that anymore.
I think one time she was dragging me around the store, and I was being an asshole, and she said something to me, and a lady overheard her, and the lady said something to her, and she's like, "You want some of this?" So,
My
yeah.
mom, boy, you didn't mess with her.
Yeah,
She was an
those-
Italian. You don't mess with mom.
Those days are over.
Those days are long gone.
Now,
You'll never
now
see
people
that.
bring their kids to places to basically get babysat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go to Dick's Sporting Goods so the kid can run around for fucking an hour, because we're tired of babysitting our own children. So
Yeah.
you see it everywhere. Restaurants. I mean.
Well, restaurants, they just run around the tables.
Yeah, they're running around like the
crazy.
waiters are coming out of the doors with like trays of food and shit. I mean, it's just holy fuck, man. You just want to walk up to the parent and just punch him in
Just
the mouth.
right in the mouth.
You know.
Yeah, well, I have clients that are teachers and their parents are wanting their kids to go back to school so they don't have to watch their kids anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not because of the education, it's because they are tired of watching.
They're tired of watching their
Well,
kids.
if, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
if your kid's a fucking burden, then don't have.
They can't
the
get them to
kids.
do homework
Yeah.
and study or log onto the computer.
I can't watch child porn.
But they
because my
won't.
kid
They
is
won't
here.
let teachers discipline them or
Yeah.
do anything.
Yeah.
All
That's
it
why
is
our
is a
society-
daycare.
That's why our society, in 20 years, what's it going to be like?
Take away.
Shit.
What's it going to be like in 20 years?
Well, look how it is now.
That's what I'm saying. Look how it is now. What's it going to be like in 2070, 2050? What's it going to be like?
You want to
I
discipline
won't
Tanner?
be
You
here.
want to discipline Tanner at school? You
Who
take away
cares?
his mask and you cough in his face. You put your fingers in his butt. What else you got? That's all I got.
Is that all you got?
Oh God, thank God.
Fingers, butt.
I hate people so much. Oh, I love human
I do.
beings.
I'm with you. I am at a point right now where I am.
Babies crying on airplanes. Don't bring your fucking kids to an airplane. Don't bring your kid onto an airplane or to a movie theater. Pretty simple. The only
Yeah.
places you're allowed to go to with children 4 years old or younger are
Chuck E. Cheese.
Chick-fil-A's with
The play areas.
and McDonald's.
Chuck E.
That's it.
Cheese,
It's the only
yeah.
places you can go. That's your penalty for having children. Don't bring them to a nice restaurant
Parks are all right. You could go to a
Dairy
park.
Queen.
or a landfill, wherever the fuck you want. But don't bring them to my restaurant, because if your kid starts crying, I'm just gonna sit there and sulk.
You did the greatest thing. I was watching some old tapes. I was uploading them onto YouTube. You had a great thing where you said you went into you heard a baby crying, so you went up to the parents.
Oh yeah. Oh, how do you like it, fuckers? Oh,
I sat there and I had to pause it. I was laughing so hard. I totally forgot about that.
yeah.
But that's so true.
Oh yeah.
That's so true. You can't. These kids. I went to a thrift store not too long ago, and this kid is just wailing like a siren. And Mom is just sitting there looking at the clothes. She's tuning all this out. I'm like, you can't hear this?
Fucking oblivious to it.
My God.
It's like a dog whistle.
Stop.
Only the dog can hear it, you know.
It's unbelievable.
Oblivious. Yeah,
They're oblivious to it.
the kid's shitting out their guts or something, and just
It's unbelievable.
not looking at her phone, not a care in the world.
Nothing. They just went on with their day.
Because having children is a fad. It's like clothing, or but people realize, holy shit, this little thing isn't going away.
Yeah.
I gotta keep taking care of it. What are we talking about? I just use it to get a bunch of free shit from my friends. What do you mean I have to keep taking care of it and wiping its ass and
Putting it through school.
So the novelty of children is no different than the novelty of anything else. It wears off after a while. When it actually becomes a job, people are like, what the fuck? I didn't sign up for this shit. You know? Well, actually, you did. So.
Do you think there are any good parents?
Oh, sure there are. Sure there are.
Yeah, probably about 30% of the country.
Yeah. There's a lot more shitty parents than there are good parents. Especially now, you can't discipline kids anymore.
Yeah.
You know, you can't go. If your kid's being a shithead, you can't beat them up like we were as a kids.
No, there's people. I always say there's people that want to have children. There's people that have to have children. And the people that want to have children, a lot of them are usually good parents.
They're good
And
parents.
the people that are,
Right.
Either got knocked up because they want to get back at their boyfriend or something. I mean, the people like
To
that.
repair the relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. That kid's fucked.
Yeah, they're screwed.
Just break their neck. throw them into a shallow grave. Just
Ow.
shake them to death.
Break their neck.
Give them a good shaking. Throw them into a huge mass shallow grave.
So dark.
So, Lumpy, you got a daughter. How is a girl? What is it like being a parent? I mean, huh?
Look at me now.
Yeah, he does.
That answers a lot. Okay.
She's like 26 and he still has blood in his shit. So does that answer your question?
Well, hey, it's what you make of it.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
You
I
don't have to
still
lie.
enjoy it, you know?
Well, you were a single parent at how old?
25, 26. Yeah, it's rough, but hey, you got to take care of your blood.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're fucked.
Well, yeah.
Because you're a piece of shit if you don't take care of your own blood.
That's basically what we're saying. That's why I don't want to say I was too selfish to have kids, but I was too selfish to have kids.
My parents helped me out a lot, and hey, I grunted through it.
Yeah.
If I could do it, anybody could do it.
Would you say she's a success now?
Work in progress.
She's still a work in
I would
progress?
say, as a parent, it's never a success.
Yeah.
Because you want perfection, and you'll never have it.
Well, yeah.
There is no such thing as perfection. We're
That's
all work in
right. That's why I
progress.
Right.
said you'll never have it.
Right. Okay.
But I think I did my job.
Yeah. I don't.
Well, and
I
you
don't
don't
disagree.
necessarily have to,
Yeah,
have-
hey, if you ask
have
Donald
that.
Trump, he's perfect.
She's not in your house, and you're not paying her bills, so it's a success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
She doesn't have 12 kids from 13 different fathers.
Yet.
which is odd.
Back asswards comment.
She's still young.
Yeah, she doesn't have a kid from Travis Henry yet. So. All right.
How about guys like that? How about wow.
Whatever.
That's
It blows
no
me
care
away.
in the world is what that's all about.
God, it blows me away. Well,
Is that it?
anything else you want to say before I give my closing? Because I've got to.
That was fun.
I may take the next week or two off because I got to figure out what's going on with my back. So I hope I don't have to have surgery. If so, then I'm going to be hosed. But I may take the next week or two off just so I can figure out what's going on because I'm in so much pain I can't.
That's fine. I gotta work on my place anyway, so
Okay. So
so I can have you guys over.
oh yeah, we'll shoot from there.
We'll do a show from my place. Yeah, my fuck palace. You should see where I put the Chinese fuck swing. Oh, it's perfect. Right above the living room couch, which is odd.
What's the difference between a Chinese and an American fuck swing?
The quality of it. Yeah.
It's less
American-
quality.
Do you have
American
the
swing
It's
is
Quality
like-
of the rope.
costs 4 times as much. And it breaks down.
Chinese
twice.
rope and American rope, you know.
Yeah, my fuck palace. Yeah, my Hugh Hefner fuck palace. I put like 10 grand into this place.
Yeah?
When it's all said and done, it's probably about 10 grand.
Yeah, we put 10 grand in the summer.
I was like, we put 10 grand in our goddamn backyard.
Fucking yard.
Don't ask.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
You don't have a yard,
I have a
huh?
condo.
Oh, you got a
It's
condo.
so nice.
That's
No,
right.
not worried
Lumpy's
about
gonna win this
watering or no lawn to mow. Not worried about the water bill going through the roof. Not worried about the shit dying, the HOA crawling up your asses.
We don't have an HOA, thank God. So one thing I told my realtor, first thing on the list, no HOA, exclamation, exclamation, underline, underline, underline. But anyway, so anything else you want to say before I give my closing statement? Anybody else want to say anything about kids?
Enjoy 'em.
Kevin from the office.
Enjoy them. Kevin from The Office.
Yeah, you make that sound and make girls
Make-
lactate.
Make girls' boobs get bigger.
Lactate.
All right, so let me get my closing argument here and let's get out of here. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I know we've clowned a lot on bad parents, so let me leave you with one more piece of advice. If you have a little Roswell alien in the oven as I speak, can you please use some common sense when naming your children? I once met a young Hispanic girl in Denver, Colorado, whose name is Margarine. Yeah, Margarine. I realize that every mouth breather in existence is dying to be original, but Margarine, you can't be serious. I hope her brother Soy Sauce, or Sosa for short, Ketchup, teaches little Margarine how to fight because she's going to need it. Some other names I've come across in my travels, and I can't make this up if I tried: Margarine, Precious, Kingsford, Remy, Shasta, Margarita, Portia, Hennessy, Trophy, and the list goes on and on. Are these kids' names or future strip club? I'll blow you in the basement for additional 20 hoes. And how about the asshole parents from India who recently named their twin babies Corona and COVID? What's the matter? Hydrochloroquine couldn't fit on the birth certificate line?
HIV, get over here.
In his new book of unfortunate baby names, a self-glossed name collector, Russell Ash, provided a compilation of the most ridiculous names parents actually gave their kids. They are as follows: Alpha Beta, Arse, Burp, Balls, Banana, Boney M, Drug, Earwhacker, Flappy, Gassy, Pube, Sucker, Penis, Poof, and Wanker. Kids, get used to welfare. That's all I got for tonight. For the people here, Harry Balsack, Willie Fistergash, Anita Payne, and Northwest, this is Phil McCrackup signing off. The prosecution
yourself.
rests. I want to thank Robert Mateer once again. And like I said, I'm going to figure out what's going on with me, and I'll be back in a couple of weeks. I just need to go see the doctor, see what's going on. I may have to lay flat for a couple of weeks and knock this out. But that's all I got for tonight. Coming to you from Commerce City Reunion, or whatever the hell it's from. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. We are out.
Stay away from the ether bunny.
Stay away from the ether bunny. Words of wisdom. We're out.